It's a big day here at WTRF 7 News as we celebrate a big anniversary. It's been 65 years since WTRF went on the air here in the Ohio Valley. And ever since that day back in 1953, we have not stopped bringing you great news, weather, and sports coverage. Throughout the next few minutes, we are going to take you back in time to look at some of the most memorable moments throughout our history. 7 News anchor Rachel Durkis takes us on the journey.
WTRF began as an AM/FM radio station in Bel Air, earning its call letters because of its 2 radio frequencies. In 1953, the radio station was sold and a TV broadcasting license was granted to Wheeling. On October 24th of that year, WTRF TV 7 went on the air. And in the following 65 years, 7 News and WTRF has been on the leading edge of both technology and news coverage. In the early years of TV 7, most shows were live or on film. Programming included wrestling, the roller derby, and cooking shows. WTRF and 7 News has covered American presidents and presidential campaigns since the early years, from John Kennedy's campaign swing to the Northern Panhandle, to more recently, President Trump's visit to Wheeling. We've covered the heartbreaking stories like the June 1990 Shadyside flash flood that took 26 lives in the dead of the night, and the Sago mine disaster in 2001 that saw 12 coal miners lose their lives in a mine explosion. We've also covered the hopeful stories, working with the Muscular Dystrophy Association and Easter Seals Rehabilitation Center to raise awareness of childhood illness. WTRF is also deeply committed to the Ohio Valley. Our community involvement is very personal to each and every one of us here at WTRF. And now with news bureaus in Charleston, Columbus, and Washington, D.C., WTRF and 7 News is truly your regional news source for another 65 years. We've covered sports, professional and amateur, since the very beginning, from the Wheeling Ironmen, Ohio Valley Greyhounds, and the Wheeling Nailers, with college and high school sports being a cornerstone of WTRF and 7 Sports. WTRF is proud to serve the people of the Ohio Valley, and here's to another 65 years.
Here's a look at a few more of the memorable stories that we have covered over the years. We were there when the last train pulled out of the B&O terminal in downtown Wheeling in 1957. Our own Frank Curtis interviewed the conductor before the train departed for the very last time. That building is now part of West Virginia Northern Community College. And we were also there when the construction started on Interstate 70 in Belmont County. The plans for the project started in 1956, but the construction did not start until 1964. That project lasted into the 1970s and even saw some interchanges added in the 80s and 90s. And we have covered major news in many different ways over the years. Here's a look at how technology has affected our ability to bring you the most up-to-date news coverage.
WTRF began broadcasting with black and white cameras, using film for news stories and programs. In July 1959, WTRF installed a Vidicon camera, which eliminated much of the picture fuzziness of the time and brought cleaner, sharper quality to films and slides. The following October, WTRF acquired a videotape machine, enabling the taping of local shows in order to check for accuracy and production details. In July 1963, one of the tallest towers in the area was completed. Standing at 750 feet on top of Kirkwood Heights, the tower allows TV7's signal to reach northeast to Pittsburgh and to the south in Weston and southeast in Marietta and Parkersburg. WTRF became the first full-color station in the Ohio Valley with the installation of color movie projectors, videotape machines, and cameras. In 1969, WTRF moved into its new $1 million complex at 96 16th Street in Wheeling. And in December 1981, WTRF took a step into the technological future by installing a 7-meter receiving satellite dish. And now in the 21st century, WTRF and 7 News is leading the way with digital programming and digital editing of news, giving 7 News the ability to cover news around the world.
And you can bet that even as technology continues to evolve, WTRF 7 News will continue to evolve with it.